Two bags of gum damar can look almost identical, and still tell a very different story once you test them. Color, transparency, cleanliness and lump size are easy to see. That is why they have traditionally played an important role in resin grading. But research in Indonesia revealed something important. Visual appearance does not always line up neatly with laboratory-based quality classification. So if appearance is only part of the picture, what should a serious buyer actually be looking at? For a manufacturer, this is more than an academic question. A purchasing team may receive photographs, a commercial grade such as ABX or CDX, and perhaps a description such as clean, pale or transparent. That information is useful. But the factory eventually has to work with the material, not the photograph. The resin has to dissolve, melt or soften under the intended process conditions. Foreign material may have to remain within an acceptable range. And the incoming batch has to behave consistently enough for the manufacturer's formulation. This is where gum damar quality becomes more interesting. The real question is not simply, does this resin look good? It is, does this batch have the characteristics required by my process? This creates an important distinction between two concepts. The first is commercial sorting. Commercial sorting helps suppliers separate resin according to characteristics that can be inspected quickly: size, visual cleanliness, color, transparency, and general appearance. The second is technical specification. Technical specification asks whether measurable parameters fall within an agreed range. These systems can complement each other. But the research suggests that we should not automatically assume every visual grade represents a completely different physico-chemical category. For an international buyer, this means the conversation with a supplier can become much more precise. Instead of only asking, "What is your best grade?" you can also ask, "What parameters define this grade?" There are 4 ideas worth remembering. First, visual grading is useful, but incomplete. Second, 2 different visual grades can sometimes be much closer physico-chemically than their appearance suggests. Third, laboratory parameters turn subjective observations into numbers that buyers and suppliers can discuss consistently. And fourth, no single number defines universal gum damar quality. A high-quality material is ultimately one that meets the agreed specification and performs reliably in the intended application. That is a much more useful definition of quality than simply choosing the clearest lump in the room. Gum damar is a traditional natural resin, but understanding it properly requires a modern approach to quality control. If you work with natural resins, coatings, adhesives or industrial raw materials and want more practical information about how gum damar behaves from source to formulation, subscribe to Gum Damar Suppliers. We will continue exploring the science, processing and quality questions that matter to manufacturers and international buyers.